Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I hope that you all are doing good. Well, this is your English teacher, Ms. Javeria, and I welcome to all of you to the online classes once again. My dear students, today we have the chapter, unit number 13, The Wind in the Willows. Today we are going to start a new exercise of this chapter, that is exercise B on page number 78. In this exercise, some verbs are given. Before doing this exercise, let me explain you what is a verb. Any work that you do is a verb. For example, crying, laughing, to jump, to weep, to say anything, to express anything, anything that you do, any work is called a verb. So today in this exercise, we have some verbs that are given here. Tried to, started to, wanted to, seemed to. Some sentences are given here. We have to read the sentences and then we have to put these words as according to the concept of the sentence. So let me read the first sentence for you. When he left the house, he dashed to walk towards the wildwood. जब उसने अपना घर छोड़ा तो उसने wildwood की तरफ चलना शुरू किया. Whenever we say शुरू, जब हम किसी काम को शुरू करते हैं तो what word do we use? Start. तो शुरू किया उसने वो काम, past tense में बात चली गई. So what we are gonna write? We going to write started to. When he left the house, he started to walk towards the wildwood. So start is a verb. To start something, to begin something, this is a work. You are starting doing something. So this is a verb, and whenever you talk about in the past tense, so you will convert into the past tense form and we will write here as started to. Now let's move towards the next sentence, that is there dash to be evil faces in the holes. Now here we are going to add the verb seem to. Whenever we want to say, for example, हमें ये कहना है कि इन holes में हमें ऐसा लग रहा है कि कुछ evil faces हैं, ऐसा लगता है हमें. Whenever we use this word लगता है, so we will write it as seem to. Now let's move towards the next sentence, that is he dashed get out of the wood but he was lost. He tried to get out of the wood but he lost. वो कोशिश कर रहा था वुड से बाहर निकलने की, but he was lost. वो खो गया था वहाँ पर. वुड्स किसको बोलते हैं हम? जंगलात को भी हम वुड्स के उसमें ले सकते हैं, फॉरेस्ट भी एंड वुड्स भी. So here try is the verb, and whenever you change the base verb in a past tense, so what we will write? We will change this y into IED, tried. So he tried to get out of the wood but he was lost. Let's move towards the second last sentence, that is first he heard soft whistling and then it started get louder. Now here again we are using the verb started to. First he heard soft whistling. सब पहले उसने एक soft whistling, एक soft सीटी की आवाज़ सुनना शुरू की, लेकिन उसके बाद आवाज़ तेज़ होना शुरू हो गई. I have just explained that whenever we use the word शुरू होना किसी काम को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Start or begin. So here we have changed the base verb into the past tense. We have converted into started and we have written here is as started to get louder. Let's move towards the second last sentence. Mole dash run to. Now same case is here. Mole started to run to. Number 6. He wanted to go home. Want, जब भी हम किसी चीज़ को चाहते हैं तो चाहने के उसमें हम उसको क्या बोलेंगे? Want. And whenever we change in the past tense, so we will add ed, wanted. He wanted to go home. वो घर जाना चाहता था. My dear students, now let's move towards the next exercise. Alright kids, now here we have one more interesting grammar exercise from the same chapter, unit number 13, The Wind in the Willows. You have to open page number 79 and look at the exercise A. Choose the word with the correct spelling from each box. My dear student, there is one interesting thing in this exercise, that the words that are given here are same. They are same in the spelling, but their meanings are entirely different. So we will be enjoying doing this exercise. Let's start doing this exercise with me. Number 1, here is a flower for you. Now you can see that the words, their spellings are different, their meanings are different, but their sound, their pronunciation is exactly the same. For example, here, flower. The pronunciation is same, but their spellings and their meanings are entirely different. So now according to the sentence, we are going to encircle the correct spelling. Here is a flower for you. My dear students, this here, H-E-A-R, means to hear something, to listen something. Here you can see that the sentence is about giving a flower. So we have to see the concept of the sentence, the sense of the sentence, and then we have to encircle the correct word. Here is a flower for you. Let's move towards the next sentence. Their cake is made of eggs, sugar and flour. Now here you can see that the sense of the sentence is their cake is made of eggs. Whenever we talk about any ownership, their cake. So we will encircle this. This shows the ownership of anything. T-H-E-I-R, their cake is made of eggs, sugar, and we all know that for the baking purpose, flour is must. So there is no flour, we have to encircle the correct word, that is flour. Whenever we have to bake something, especially cake, so this ingredient flour is must. Let's move towards the third sentence. Please may I have a piece of cake after I finish meat. Now here you can see that according to the sense of the sentence, you can encircle this, please may I have a piece, because this piece means something or any environment that is very quiet and calm. So according to this sentence, you can make a sense that the person is talking about a cake. So we will encircle this piece. After I finish my meat. Number 4, will you meet me over there and there at 6 o'clock. Now here you can also sense this sentence. Will you meet? This meet means flash of something. So there is no use of this word in this sentence. So you will encircle this. Meet. Will you meet me over there? You're talking about a place. And whenever we talk about a place, we have to use this T-H-E-R-E, there. Let's repeat these words with me once again. Here is a flower for you. Number 2, their cake is made of eggs, sugar and flour. Number 3, please may I have a piece of cake after I finish my meat. Number 4, will you meet me over there? My dear students, now let's move toward the third and the last exercise. Right, kids, now here we have another exercise from the same unit number 13. The Wind in the Willows, exercise B, page number 79. You have to look at this exercise. In this exercise, you have to make the opposite of the underlined words by adding dis or un. What we are going to do, we are going to read out the sentences at first, and then we are going to change this underlined word into the opposite. When you do not like people, when we have to change this like into the opposite, we will add a dis before this like. So we will write it as you dislike them. When you do not like people, what you do? You dislike them. Let's move towards the next sentence. When people are not friendly, they are unfriendly. When you have to make this word friendly into the opposite, then you have to add un before this word friendly, then it will become the opposite of this word. When people are not friendly, they are unfriendly. Let's move towards the third sentence. When something appears, you can see it, but when it disappears, you can't. Whenever you want to change this word appears into an opposite, then you have to add a dis before this appear. Number 4, when people are not well, they are unwell. In this you have to change this well into an opposite. So you will add un before this well. So it will become, when people are not well, they are unwell. Let's move towards the second last sentence. When our room is not tidy, it is untidy. You will add un before this tidy, and then this tidy becomes the opposite. Now the last one, when you obey people, you do what they tell you. When you disobey, you don't. Now here you have changed this obey into the opposite like this. You have add a dis before this obey. Now my dear students, you can see that whenever we have changed these words, but before the main word we have added some things like dis, un, here also dis, un, and dis, and then these words becomes the opposites. Now let's repeat these words once again with me. When you do not like people, you dislike them. When people are not friendly, they are unfriendly. When something appears, you can see it, but when it disappears, you can't. Number 4, when people are not well, they are unwell. Number 5, when a room is not tidy, it is untidy. And the last one, when you obey people, you do what they tell you. When you disobey, you don't. My dear students, that's all from my today's lesson. Today we have learned these words. We studied about the verbs. I hope that you have enjoyed my today's lesson. I will catch you next week inshallah with another lesson. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.